Hello. Lakas. Hindi na nanibago ko sa mic natin. Good afternoon, everyone. Hindi kasi yung mic natin nakakabit ngayon sa ating PA system sa itong building. So, kaya pala malakas. So, that's good. Kamusta kayo lahat? Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, so, we're still in the month of January. Sa Pilipin kanina, tingnan mo daw yung oras. So, graduate ko lang po yung oras ang start. Yan. Kasi notorious na ako na nag-extend. Pero this time, this time I'll be doing a series for this preaching. So I will assure you na hindi tayo lalagpas. And I'll be having two-part series of this seminar. I mean this preaching. The preaching for this afternoon. Title is Gideon. And we will be talking about the character of Gideon and the soldier of trust. We will be discussing on part 1, the principle in trusting God. So our text will be coming from Judges chapters 6 and chapter 7. So just like what I've said, I'm not going to finish the whole thing, but we will be starting part 1 for today. So, okay, so the type of our message for this afternoon, just to give you some heads up, it's a historical narrative expository. So meaning, magkwento ako ngayon. I'll start, sharing a story about what happened on this particular event. Yung ating chapter is Judges chapter 6 and 7. And as always, we have a purpose for this message. The purpose of this message is to learn the principles and lessons of trust through the life of Gideon, and to be able to understand and apply it into our life. Who among you are familiar with Gideon? Are you familiar with Gideon? Adelem, Kuya Vic, everybody. I guess everyone knows Gideon. He is one of the characters in the Old Testament. Let me start with, I guess, it's better to start with prayer. Let's come to the Lord in prayer first. Our Heavenly Father God, again, we would like to thank you for this wonderful afternoon that you have given each one of us, Lord God. Lord, we pray that as we continue to study your word, Lord God, that we will glorify you in our midst. Lord, we thank you for your presence. And Lord, we pray that you protect our heart and our mind as we listen to your word. Lord, I personally pray, Lord God, that you will use me, Lord God, as a mouthpiece, Lord God, and a channel of your blessing. Cover me, Lord God, with the blood of your cross, and use me only, Lord God, as a footstool. Lord, this is I pray. In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. So let me give you first some background about the book of Judges. Okay, so we will be studying this particular book in the Old Testament. The book of Judges is a historical narrative that contrasts God's faithfulness with Israel's apostasy. If you're going to read the book of Judges, you will see a lot of stories regarding Israelites going up and down with regards to their sin. Despite the repeated failing away of the people, God provided deliverers, namely the judges. And that's the reason why it's called Judges. Kasi during that time, people will fail because of their sin, and God would provide a deliverer, a ruler. Okay? And those were the judges during that time. And one thing to note, the real hero of Judges is not the judges, but God Himself. The author of this collection of historical writing about judges who have ruled Israel during a span of several centuries is never identified. So if you're going to ask me, sino ba, Brother Adel, who wrote that book? It's not, it was not pinpointed out to somebody specifically. But Jewish tradition ascribes its authorship to Samuel. Okay? Which, according to biblical scholars, are certainly possible. So, may mga, sa Tagalog yun, haka-haka na it was Samuel who wrote this book or the collection of this story about the judges. The book purpose was to show the consequence of disobedience of God, the consequence of disobedience to God, and the necessity of summoning a righteous king who would lead the people of God. Sadly, after one reading the entire book, it will clearly show that Israel has violated its covenant with God in almost every imaginable way. So if you're going to read the entire book of Judges, you will see, parang up-down hill yan. It's just like, man will follow God and then disobey God, follow God, disobey God, follow God, disobey God. And basically what's happening is God will always provide a deliverer, and these are the judges. And like what I've said, if you're going to read that entire book from the beginning up to its end, you will see that kind of cycle, that repetitive cycle. Judges decide making decision during that time. Remember, during that time, wala pang king. It's only judges. So judges decide making decision, and verdict are also military rulers and deliverers, or they are basically, in our common day now, they are the president. It is a good thing to note that the historical arrangement of this book is not strictly chronological. Okay? So if you're going to read the entire book of Judges, it doesn't mean na yung pagkakasunod-sunod yung period niya. It's not chronological if you're going to read it. Hence, it reinforced the theme that the period of Judges was one steep decline. The book was written somewhere about 1050 BC, and it was written about the things of the Judges stage. Okay? So that's basically the background. Let me review some of the stuff that we have learned previously. Remember the stages of the Old Testament? Who among you remember the stages of the Old Testament? There are 9 stages. Number one, which is the first stage? No, it's okay.
Creation.
It's the creation stage. That's good. It's the creation stage. When we say stage, it is the period in the Old Testament. From the very beginning up to the last period of the Old Testament. There are 9. The first one, remember, this is just a review. It's the creation stage, followed by the patriarchal stage. When we say patriarchal, these are the time of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the fathers. And that's the reason why it's called patriarchal. And then after that, the Exodus stage, which is the time of Moses. The reason why it was called Exodus because they exit out from Egypt. And then next is Joshua, the right hand of Moses. After Moses died, Joshua basically lead the Israelites, and they started conquering, the neighboring and also Canaanites, or the land of Canaan. That's the reason why they call it conquest. And then after conquest stage, it follows the judges stage. Okay, the judges stage, this is the time of Samson, Delilah, who else? Gideon, which is what we're going to study today. And then after that, it comes followed the first king in the United Kingdom stage. So during the judges' time, there is no king yet. They don't have any king. And the rulers at that time are judges. The first time that they have a king was during the United Kingdom stage. Who is the first king? Saul. Remember? It was Saul. And then followed by David. Right? And then after David, his son, who is Solomon. So those are the first 3 kings in the United Kingdom stage. Saul, David, and then Solomon, the son of David. And then after the United Kingdom states, nagkaroon ng the Israelites were divided into two. That's why they called it divided kingdom stage. North and southern kingdom, followed by the captivity stage, and then the return stage. Okay. So, Brother Del, why do you have to keep on repeating all these stages every time you talk about Old Testament? The very reason why I'm telling you this, so that you know where are we coming from in our study. And every time that you read the Old Testament, it is always good for you to understand this 9 stage. Because if you don't understand that those 9 stages, somehow you would not understand the chronological order. Where is it coming from? Okay. So for this afternoon, let's go on. We are just only going to study a portion of the Judges stage. Okay? So remember, what is happening on the Judges stage? There is no king yet. Okay? And the Judges stage happened after Joshua died. Who is Joshua? He's the right hand of Moses. Remember, when they came out of Egypt, Moses died before getting inside Canaan. And who brought the Israelites inside the land of promise? It was Joshua. And then Joshua conquered other neighboring places, and that's the reason why conquest stage. And then that is where the 12th tribe has been, the 12th tribe started. Okay, so we will study about Judges. Okay, we are going to study one of the judge. There are 14 judges in the book of Judges. Okay, so if you're going to read the entire book of Judges, there are 14 judges. But we're only going to study one of the judge, and this is Gideon. And you could find his story on chapter 6 and chapter 7 of Judges. And this is where we're going to start. We are going to study the principles we need to understand about trusting God through the life of Gideon. So, I'm hoping that by the end of this message, we could understand how to trust God based on the experience of Gideon, which is one of the judges, which is one of the rulers during that time. Okay? So, let's go to the body of the message. Again, the title is Gideon, the Soldier of Trust, and this is a lesson regarding the principle in trusting God. And our text will be coming from Judges chapter 6 to 7. So, can I invite everyone to stand up so we could read the scripture and to give reverence in reading God's word. Okay, so if you have your Bible with you, just open it in chapter 6, or if you could read our board here, I'll be reading it on the board. So,